This is John here from Hot Take Hockey to talk about Pavel Shen. So Shen, he is trying to wiggle himself out of his current KHL contract. He was drafted by the Boston Bruins in the 2018 NHL entry draft in the 7th round, 212th overall. He obviously, so he's a Russian. He was playing for Russia in the World Juniors, 4 points in 7 games. He's 6'1". He's a little bigger. So Bruins fans are getting excited for the opportunity that he could possibly, maybe not this year, but in the coming years, crack the Bruins lineup. He only has about 3 points in almost 50 games of KHL experience. So in the last few years, he's been in the KHL all the way down to the junior league of the KHL. So he's gotten that experience. I think there's a couple clips of him being pretty impressive in the World Juniors. I think he would have been drafted a lot higher in the draft, and I'm talking 3rd, 4th, 5th round, had he not been under a KHL contract. So he's been with the KHL, his KHL team for the last 2 years, multiple teams, and obviously he hasn't gotten that consistent. I think if we've already seen him in camp and he's going to attend training camp, if he does get out of this deal, we're going to see a lot more of him. And for Bruins fans, you can kind of start ranking him on a scale. I'm seeing some Bruins fans on Twitter get a little excited and are ranking him pretty close to other young players like a fourth back out of Carlson, but that's not going to be the case. I think he's going to be a guy, if anything, he will start the year in Providence, or at the very most, they will start him with the Bruins and see what he can do. And I think it's comparable to a couple other players around the league. If you're looking at the Toronto Maple Leafs, Korshkov's a guy that just came over as well. And you're seeing Russians sometimes come over and they either jump into the AHL and are just trying to get accustomed to the North American game, or they come to the NHL and they have a couple little points, they have a little spurt of genius, and then teams get really excited about him. But I'm not sure about Shen. I think Shen, like I said, he has the size to play right now, but he got very little points in the KHL, and I think that might be a little worry to the maturity. But the 4 points in 7 games, yes, it's a small sample size in the World Juniors, but he did impress well. The Bruins possibly got a steal there, and it would have to take some time, but he's going on to 20, and I think junior obviously wouldn't be an option for him. He's coming off of 2 years in the KHL, so he's going to look to either be in the minors for the Bruins if he does get out of this KHL contract, or maybe look to push for a Bruins roster spot sooner rather than later. And I'm not saying this upcoming year, but definitely look for a guy like Shen. So thank you for watching this video. Just a quick one to talk. I want to talk about smaller signings sometimes because I feel like there are people searching around YouTube or Google or searching around looking for more information. So obviously you can search on the internet. I talked a little bit about him right now. I don't know a whole lot about him as well, but I want to obviously learn more about the Russians coming over, because I feel like there's always these hidden gems that we find coming to the NHL. Artemi Panarin speak of one, but I think there's a lot of others that are hidden and need that opportunity in the NHL, more exposure, more of an opportunity. So thank you. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Drop a like. Every like counts. Comment your thoughts. This was John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.